Hello Mrs. Gross, this is my instructional video on how to convert fluorescent ballast into LED lights. First of all, you should always have safety glasses and you should always shut the power off before you work on anything electrical. Right now I'm going to shut the breaker off and I'm going to leave the camera here so you can see when the power shuts off. Wrong one. Other you. There you go. You can come closer now. Is it rolling? Now that the power's off, you want to make sure you have either a headlamp or a plug-in light so you can see. And now we're going to take apart the fixture here, and with these, there's little tabs you have to push towards the center of the light. Sometimes this swings open. It's usually pretty flimsy, so you have to be careful. And our next step here is to take out the bulbs, and to take these bulbs out, you have to turn them counterclockwise, and then they just come straight out, usually. And they make great noises. And don't drop these either because they'll blow up. Sometimes they're a little tricky. Alright, next you have to take this cover off here, which contains the ballast. And to do that, you have to pinch it and get it right on these tabs. These are kind of tricky too. So here's the ballast, and what they do is take the power coming in, make the voltage higher so that the fluorescent bulbs can run. But with these LEDs, they can run off of 120 volts, so it doesn't matter. And to double check if we have power here, there's nothing here, or it'd be blinking red. So, next what you need is a 5/16 nut driver. Looks like this. And there's one screw on each ballast that you have to. I'm gonna have to cut that. Cut that section out. I have to cut. So first what you have to do is find all of your hot wires, and this purple and black is your hot coming in and connecting to the ballast here. And here's the other two blacks. And these blue and red wires are the wires that are coming off the back side of the ballast and supplying your bulbs over here. So what you want to do is cut your blue and red wires as close to the ballast as you can. Give yourself as much room as possible. And then you want to cut your yellows as close as possible and your white and black as close as possible. Okay. So next what you're going to do is same thing on the other side. Okay, now that that's done, we can remove these ballasts, and what you need is a 5/16 nut driver, and they're just one little bolt on each side. Okay, so the sockets where the bulbs plug into are shot, so I'm going to replace this off camera because that will take too much time on my video here. Alright, so I have the new sockets for the light bulbs in here, and what we're doing is doing just 2 bulbs in here. You can have 4, but these LEDs are so bright you only need 2. So I have my hot coming out of here. I marked it with red tape, and these have to go with the purple wire, which is our hot supplying the lights, and the white goes to these plain yellow wires over here on our neutral sockets. So now what you have to do is strip your wires, and I'll show you that here. This is 14 gauge wire, so you find your 14 on here, slide in there, squeeze down and pull off, and your wire's stripped. So what you have to do after that is get all your wires together. So we need to strip a little more. I'm going to re-strip these because they've been in that same splice for 40 years. And do the same thing to these 2. Okay. So how you splice wires together is you take them all, you want to have them stripped pretty evenly, and you line them up together. Then you take your lineman's pliers here with the big flat end on them, you grab them, line them up, just grab them and twist. Okay, and that's not a bad twist, and then you cut so they're all even, so the wire nut will go on even. And I'll show you that right now. Take your wire nut, put it on, and you just twist until it's tight. Pull on them, those aren't going anywhere. Okay, now you can pause it for a second. Okay, so now we're doing the neutrals. These wires are old, so they're kind of tricky. And this isn't enough, so I'm just going to take a little bit more off. Okay, then we grab our neutrals that are connected to our sockets, and we strip these same length. So we're going to grab our neutral coming in, neutral going out, and our 2 socket neutrals. line them all up. Grab them with your alignments. Here. If I can do it. Grab them and twist. Okay, cut it. It's kind of tricky on this side. We're not putting this in the video. Okay, we got our neutrals up. And our next step is to tuck them all the way. Okay, before we put everything back together, we're going to put a bulb in there and turn the power on to make sure we got it working. So these are LED T8 bulbs, and right here it says N, so that goes on your neutral side, which is over here. And these are the same thing to put in. You have to just go in and twist. And there you go. And there we go, it works. So now I'm gonna shut the power off again and put everything back together.
Try with the second bulb too, right?
Yeah. Okay, it works. You can shut it off. So this is always kind of a tricky part, getting all the wires to fit right here. First of all, I have to take the bulbs back out. kind of want to bunch them all up. What I do is just wrap some tape around them so they stay together. And it usually looks pretty sweet. Okay. This part is always not very fun, trying to get all the wires in this little that concludes the video, and the reason I used this instruction video is because I wanted to show that LEDs use about half of what a fluorescent uses for energy in the year, and they last about 10 times longer, so what do you know? Thanks for watching. Have a good one.